Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing Marvel Legends Sentinel series Cyclops. So yeah, starting off on some X-Men reviews. As a matter of fact, every Marvel Legends review I do from here until I'm out of them will be X-Men related, because I literally have nothing left but X-Men stuff. Unless I get something new, which is unlikely at the moment. But, you know. So, in other words, lots of X-Men stuff. Starting with Cyclops, not for any particular reason. He's certainly not my favorite X-Men. But anyway, it's a very good figure. Lots of good articulation and good detail, and it looks like Cyclops should. And all those sorts of things. Of course, comes with a piece of Sentinel, which is also cool. So yeah, let's go ahead and zoom in for the articulation, sculpt, paint details, all of those sorts of things. Alright, let's start off with a quick size comparison. Here we have the Marvel Select Cyclops. This is the X-Factor variant, but there is a version of this figure that looks essentially like that one in terms of outfit. And this is probably the first scenario that I've come up with where the Marvel Legends one is probably better just all around. Better detail, definitely better articulation. Usually the Marvel Select's detail's a bit better, but in this case I would probably side with the Marvel Legends. Anyway, Marvel Select is bigger, but apart from that, is not really better in any way. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just look at the Marvel Legends Cyclops. Alright, as you can see, Cyclops' outfit is mostly blue and has lots of sort of black shading and stuff in it. He has his head up here, which we will zoom in on in a minute. His gloves and boots and little underbit right there are all yellow, and he has a red belt on. They all have a lot of black wash on them, maybe a bit too much, because it makes them look a bit dirty instead of being shaded. And I do take issue with that a little bit, but it doesn't look bad. If you flip him over on the back, he has more of that black wash in between the muscles and things, which makes everything come out a good bit. And then he also has a hole in his back there for the flight stand. Overall, very nice detail, very good look for the, you know, not original quite, but essentially original Cyclops costume. Let's zoom in on the head really quick. Alright, here we have the head sculpt. You can see his visor, which is a nice gold. It has the red bit there in the center, which looks really good. And the face sculpt under there is just a pretty standard kind of expression. His lips look like they might be a bit too pink, but apart from that, the head sculpt looks pretty good overall. Now let's zoom out and look at the articulation. Articulation-wise, Cyclops is pretty good, on par with most Marvel Legends, but he is missing a few points. His head is on something like a ball peg, it seems like, rather than a disc, so it doesn't move quite as well. It doesn't tilt back nearly as well as much. But it goes forward, goes all the way around. Ball joint shoulders, and an out forward and back, bicep cut, double joint elbows. He has a cut there at the glove, hinge at the wrist, finger joint. He is missing abdominal joint, but he has a waist cut. Hips go in and out, forward and back. You got your thigh cut there, double jointed knees. If he has a boot cut of any sort, I can't get it to move, although he certainly seems like he should have one. I can't get it to move if he has one. Hinge there at the ankle, and a slight pivoting, and a toe joint. So, most points that you would expect from a Marvel Legend. Certainly nothing bad about his articulation. Now, he does come with one accessory, which is a flight stand, so let's look at that real quick. And here it is, and you cannot see it unless I turn my lights all the way down like this. Anyway, it's got two joints here, so you can pose it a bit, and this plugs into the back if you have a figure that has a hole in the back. Of course, Cyclops cannot actually fly, so I guess this is more for jumping poses. They were just sort of including them with all the figures around this time. And then it has that sort of shield-shaped base down there at the bottom. It's a bit thicker than, like Tamashii Nation's kind of flight stands, but it's certainly functional if you have a figure with a hole in it. So, yeah, that's all for his accessories. Of course, he does come with a piece of Sentinel, so let's look at that. He comes with the left arm of Sentinel, which is a very metallic purple and blue sort of shades. It's got the big metal hand up here with the little repulsory-like thing in the hand there. Lots of really nice detail on it. The Sentinel is the Build-A-Figure that I want the most, but have not made yet, since I already have Galactus. And then the arm itself actually has its own accessory. It comes with this little bendy tentacle that you can plug into the palm, which is also really cool. Articulation-wise, the hand has individual finger joints and thumb hinge there. And then it's on like a little ball peg there. And the wrist, double joint elbows, and then it would have the bicep cut whenever it was attached to the arm. So certainly a good bit of articulation in the hand there for the Sentinel, and if I had the rest of him, I'm sure he would be equivalently articulated. So yeah, that about wraps it up for Cyclops' bits and Sentinel's hand. Let's move on to the packaging. Cyclops comes in your standard Marvel Legends packaging, Sentinel series up there at the top, Marvel logo, got your big window there, Marvel Legends Cyclops, picture of Cyclops and the Sentinel down there at the bottom. On the back you have your stat page and description, as well as the other figures in this wave, which are Cyclops, the first appearance Spider-Man, Angel, Mystique, Omega Red, Black Panther, and Mr. Sinister. I would say every figure in this wave is something worth getting. I guess if you were going to not get one, it would probably be Spider-Man, just because there are other Spider-Mans available that I would personally like better than that one. But I'd personally like to have everything in this wave. Right now, the only other figures I have in this wave are Angel and Mystique. They will be coming along whenever I get around to them, and all the other ones are pretty much on my list of things to get, as well as the Sentinel. As always, good for in or out of package display, so yeah, Cyclops. Alright, that wraps it up for Cyclops, so until next time, goodbye!